Hi, I'm Jeremy Crosby.
And I'm Nick Boucher. We're your hosts for the program that's all about your city, Talking Fitchburg.
We pull together the news, events, and information you need to stay on top of what's happening in the city of Fitchburg.
This is your city.
Keep up with Talking Fitchburg and the issues affecting you and your neighbors.
Want to know what's happening in your city? Get Notify Me messages from the City of Fitchburg. Visit fitchburgwi.gov on your computer or mobile device and select the big Notify Me button on the left. Enter your email and/or phone number, whichever is best for you to get notifications. Scroll down the list and select all the topics you're interested in to receive email or text messages about. You'll be notified every time one of your topics is updated. Sign up for Notify Me, one more way to keep up with your Fitchburg government.
This is probably the smallest committee of three. Yeah, I'm trying to think if any other committees have.
You're on, Donald.
Yes.
All righty. So I guess the first thing we will do is call the meeting to order at 6:03 p.m. on Wednesday, February 11th. The next item of business would be the approval of the November 12, 2025 Personnel Committee meeting minutes.
Do we have time? Time start.
Oh, sure.
Can somebody speak up if they move the approval?
I'll move approval of the minutes.
All right, cool. We don't, is anybody else on real quick where we can get a second?
Donald, can you remind us of the time?
Or,
The meeting starting today? So
oh,
call
it
to
was
order.
6:03.
5:03.
It's 5:03 here.
Okay.
Or 5:03. I'm in DC, my bad.
Thank you.
So moving on to the next agenda item is public appearances for non-agenda items, and I don't believe anyone is in the room, right?
Nope.
Okay. Moving on to agenda item number 4, approval of the MOU between the city and the WTPA, the MOU to establish a 28-day work period.
Yeah, so from 2025 through 2028, a new federal law lets eligible employees deduct some overtime pay from federal taxes. So this only applies to non-exempt employees. In our police union or department, that would be our police officers, detectives, our sergeants, and the lieutenant. Going into, to qualify for the new tax deduction, the city must now establish a federal work period so that overtime can be tracked for tax purposes. The city has not used the federal work period system before because we pay for overtime is past any hours, more than 8 hours in a day instead of past 40 hours in a week. So we kind of go above and beyond what we have to provide for overtime. So the city, and we've already worked with WPPA, the police union, to choose a 28-day work period, which is commonly used by other police departments, matches our fire department as well. And so with that, the overtime pay stays the same. So we're not changing how overtime is earned or paid. The union contract is not changing. This is only for calculating overtime eligibility for the tax deduction. So the reason for the MOU is we have to define what that work period is, and we have to make sure that's in the union contract. So pretty easy MOU. Again, it's not going to change any of the pay or how we pay overtime for our police employees.
Gotcha. Is there any further questions around this item? Hearing none, then can I get a motion for approval?
I'll move to approve.
All right. So I guess since it's the two of us, that serves as approval, correct?
Yep,
Unless
exactly.
someone objects, then yeah, we're good.
Yeah, no objections for me. The item agenda 4B is the employee handbook update, and to see the track changes on page 135 of the employee handbook.
All right, let me take you to that page. All right, so in our IT policy that we have for all employees in our employee handbook, the employee handbook applies to all city employees and even union employees. Anything, for union employees, they have their contracts, but anything that's silent or not in their contract, then they refer to the employee handbook. All we're doing here is strengthening this policy, and basically when city staff have access to different systems or software or technology that might have personal or sensitive information, we want to make sure that all employees know that you're not able to use this for personal interest. Even if you're curious about something or you want to check for your own self, it has to be strictly approved business need to be able to use when you're using these systems where you have access. So this could be anything from, for example, Human Resources has access to the Department of Transportation driver abstracts, so we can go on and we can check someone's driving abstract to see how many tickets they have. And we do this for employees who have to drive for their job. We just keep an eye on, we get notices if someone gets a ticket or if their license is suspended. So like that would be an example where HR can't just go in there. I couldn't put in someone I know and check their records. So really this is just to make sure that we're holding employees accountable and making sure they only use these systems that they have access to for business reasons.
Yeah, pretty straightforward to me. Any questions in the gallery or comments?
Did anything predicate this change, or it was just identified as a?
Well, I think there's been conversations about surveillance, with the city of Fitchburg. So making sure that any technology, we just need to make sure it's clear that all employees can't use this for any personal reason. So we're always looking at our policies. You'll find this out. Like I already have more policy updates to bring to you at our next meeting. So we're always looking at these and looking at ways that we can make them better, strengthen them, and make sure that they match best practices, really.
And just to be clear, there was no incident that predicated this
Right.
with an employee at all.
I move approval.
Sounds good. Thank you for that. So moving along to our next agenda item, number 5 is announcements. 5A is the view the monthly HR reports. And basically it's providing a pathway on the city's website. So starting on fitchburgwi.gov, moving to services, communications, and then the department newsletters and reports to be able to review these reports on our website. Sarah, is there anything else you wanted to say about that piece?
If you're curious what departments are doing, including the HR department, special projects, initiatives, recruitments, turnover, all of that information's in our monthly report. So I thought I would just include a link to that. So if you're ever curious and you want to know more, check out that link. And every city department has to put those monthly reports together. So that's it.
Nice. I think those will be super helpful. Along with the reports that we already get forwarded on council and things from the mayor. So I think that's good. The next agenda item would be 5B, which is stating that our next meeting will be April 8th, 2026 at 5 p.m. Other than that, our last agenda item is adjournment, and I will take a motion to do so.
Motion to adjourn.
All righty, then we are adjourned at 5:10 p.m. I will see you all later.
Thanks, Donald.
Thanks, Donald.
Thank you.